SALAAR CeaseFire. Let's do it. Play around that. Welcome to Cinemondo with Kathy and Amit from D54.
Hey.
We're going to talk about SALAAR, which is a new trailer, new stuff. This is very highly anticipated.
Yep. Very, very popular.
It's very popular. It has Prabhas in it, who's so huge. And I'm still kicking myself for not seeing him at the Comic-Con.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yes.
I didn't know he won't be there. I think it's for a different movie, but it was like some sci-fi movie. But this is not that movie. This is SALAAR. This is huge because this is actually a Telugu film, but it's being directed by Prasanth Neel, who's did KGF 1 and 2, which are huge blockbusters in the Kannada film. See, once you make a huge movie like that, like even in Kannada, everybody wants to work with you, including stars that aren't even at your language.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. I think it's probably the biggest Kannada movie, like the KGF 1 and 2, along with probably Kantara. I think they're probably the biggest. But yeah, to get a name like Prabhas, who was, I would say a few years ago, he was on top of the world. Like I think it's gone down a little bit. Bahubali days, he was like, he was the top.
I'm still rooting for him because I love those movies.
Yeah, I mean, he was great in that. So I'm hoping this is a return to form, if you want to call it. I don't know how much of idea push was his fault, but because I've not personally seen it, but I've heard that it wasn't too great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best for him, and this is definitely in his element because it's a straight up action movie. So he can do that really well.
He will. I know. And it's like when you have a film like KGF 1 and 2, they're massive. Like KGF 2 was like one of the biggest films around the world, like one of the biggest films in the world last year. So you see that, and Prabhas is like, make me Yash in 2023. Do that for me, please. So, and I think he's got the goods.
It's in the same universe too. I think so anyway.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, it would make sense. The same director and looks like the same kind of theme.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some tie-ins.
And one of the reasons you're here is that there's a Malayalam actor in it too. This movie's all over the place.
Yeah, a pretty big one. This is also got Prithviraj, who's he himself is. I mean, he's been a little bit quiet as of late. I've not seen him in any movies as of late, to be honest. I think he had some injury or something like that, so he couldn't do much. But this movie was one big one, and he has another one coming out later on, I think early next year, which is called The Goat Life, which is looking. I'm not sure if you've seen the trailer or the teaser for that. It looks like nuts. It's like a survival thriller where he's stuck on like a desert.
So good.
You want to talk about unrecognizable? He looks like somebody else in that. So
is this goat? Is this what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks incredible. Oh, that's him in that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's him in that.
Right, same actor. All right, well, we're gonna see him looking very different in this, I think.
Correct. So I'm excited to see what his role is in this. Is he like a villain or something like that, or like a sidekick?
Let's check it out.
I think it's time to check it out.
We'll stop blabbing and start watching. Okay, here we go.
దూరంగా ఉన్న ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ఎవడు రే దేవా వద్దురా వెళ్దాం పద చెప్పరా ఎవడు విడదీయలేని స్నేహం ఉండేది నీకోసం ఎర్రైనా అవుతా సొరైనా అవుతా నీ ఒక్కడి కోసం నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు పిలిచినా నేనిక్కడికొస్తా. ఈ కథ 1000 ఏళ్ల క్రితం మొదలైంది. మహమ్మద్ గజని జంగిస్ ఖాన్ల కన్నా క్రూరమైన బందిపోట్లుండేవాడు. ఈ బందిపోట్లు కొన్ని వందల సంవత్సరాలు వాళ్ళకి ఎదురు లేకుండా ఎదిగారు. ఆ ఖాన్సార్ అనే అడవిని ఒక కోటగా మార్చుకున్నారు. ఆ ఖాన్సార్ ఒక సామ్రాజ్యమైంది. ఇక్కడ కూడా కుర్చీ కోసం కుతంత్రాలు జరిగేవి.
నేనుండగా నా కొడుకు వరదరాజమన్నారిని త్వరగా చూడాలనేది నా కోరిక.
రాజమన్నార్ తిరిగి వచ్చాక వరద దొరవుతాడు. రాజమన్నార్ తిరిగి వచ్చేళ్ళు వర్తానే లేడంటే
ఏం చేస్తావురా వాణ్ణి?
course. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh no.
నారగ్ రష్యన్స్ తీసుకొచ్చుకున్నాడు. గురుంగు వాళ్ళు సెర్బియన్ ఆర్మీని తీసుకొచ్చుకున్నారు. గేట్లో ఈ రోజు కూడా 700 కొత్త ఎంట్రీలు జరిగాయి. ఇకపై ఎవరు వస్తారో ఎంతమంది వస్తారో తెలియదు. నువ్వు చెప్పు, ఎంతమందిని తెచ్చుకుంటున్నాము అనా చెప్పు. దేవా, మన ఆర్మీ ఎక్కడుంది?
గోడలు కట్టేదే బయటికి ఎవడిపోతాడని కాదు, లోపలికి ఎవడొస్తాడని.
We're all violent men. మన రక్తంలోనే వైలెన్స్ ఉంది.
కార్యాల కోసం, మొక్కల కోసం పోరాడింది చాలు.
ముట్టుకోద్దని చెప్పాను కదరా.
నా కళ్ళ ముందున్నదంతా
విన్నావు కదా.
నాకు కావాలి.
ఎవడు ముట్టుకోకూడదు ప్లీజ్.
Oh my god.
I kindly request.
Oh my God.
December 15th. Wow.
Wow. Okay, that
Wow.
trailer was long. I think it was like
That was
4 minutes. That was
like
long.
that was like a movie. Like it felt like a short film. They packed in a lot of story in that, more than I expected, to be honest. Like I was trying to follow what was happening. It felt
I
like
know.
I had to really put effort to understand what was happening
We had time
in this
jumps.
trailer.
We had different
Yeah.
kingdoms. We had different like
Mhm.
I'm not sure who's coexisting and what, but
Yeah.
the interesting thing, few things is it's interesting. I held back on Prabhas for the very first half of the trailer. He's not even in it, but he has that great entry scene. We've seen that shot before of him. with
Same
the
shot. Yeah.
It's like
That's cool.
such a great scene. And he comes in, and all of a sudden, it's like everything becomes like axes and machetes, and it becomes ultra violent. I hope that they deliver on the violence.
I mean, it looks good. It looks promising from the trailer because it looks
really good.
I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the Expendables kind of style of action, which is just blowing up like tanks and like.
He means that in a good way because the Expendables are terrible movies.
I have to disagree with that. I love those movies, despite how
I
bad
love
they are.
them. They're not good movies.
Exactly right. Yeah. That's the best
no,
way to put it. And I'm not comparing this movie to that. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna get so many hate comments.
I don't know. Like I've not really seen, but Leo is more like an action, like hand-to-hand combat kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
definitely
Jawan
more
is pretty
down there.
similar. This is more like actual, this. It's like fire. There's like ceasefire, as they call it.
It's like territories and militaries.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like you have, I guess Prithviraj and Prabhas. I can't tell if they're even on the same side or not. It was hard to tell. I mean, I'm assuming they're opposed. They'd be great as the adversaries. So I'm hoping. I'm not sure.
think from what I could tell, it looks like Prithviraj says something like when they say, who do we call, and then they show his hand.
We need an army, and they just Prabhas. He's a one-man
assuming
army,
that
basically.
Yeah, I think that's what the other teaser alluded to as well. Like, he's a one-man army or something like that. And yeah, from the trailer, you can see why.
I'd love to. There's a few. It has the same kind of color palette as KGF. It has that same.
It does.
Has the kind of cloudy, kind of warm skies, but then the rest of it's kind of these cool tones, almost black and white, desaturated. But it seemed like a lot of the original, introductory scenes were being lit by fire, so they were kind of still dark, but they had that warm glow. And then we cut to the Prabhas part of the trailer, and we start getting the cool tones. So I don't know if there's some sort of, if that's one of the things between the time frames that makes it different, or if it's territory differences. But the palette thing is interesting, and I love the editing of the axe and the guy. He's trying to pull it out, and it's so stuck. And then they cut away. They cut back. It's like the progression of removing the axe from the man's chest.
I know.
It was like, wow, it was so good. But
Yeah.
it looked pretty damn cool.
Also, I mean, don't talk about it much, but the costume design, whoever sort of worked on the costumes and stuff like that, the look of, especially Prithviraj, I don't know what that symbolizes with the nose ring and like the big sort of mark on the head, the tika, I guess, on the head. I'm not exactly sure. What is that meant to reference? Some kind of time period? Because it does reference like older times and stuff like that. So maybe there's something there. I'm not sure where this is set. It had some town mentioned, but I'm not sure where that is.
I think they say the city of Kansar.
Is that a real city, or is it that's just for the movie?
Oh yeah, is it a real city? No idea.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We'd love to know in the comment section if you guys know. Let us know, I guess. But
I'm looking at some of the details. It says this is the first Indian film shot with DCT, dark centric theme.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
I've never heard of DCT before. But yeah, does that mean it's like dark as in visually dark? Because it definitely did.
There's a lot of visually dark movies though. DCT sounds like some special like technology. I know it's just weird.
Yeah, like I don't know if you saw like from last year or year before, like the Batman. That movie like was shot in the dark. Like it looked like it was shot like in the dark. Like there was barely any light. And that was one of the criticisms of that movie.
Oh,
but I don't know if it refers to technology specifically. Like it's actually like the way that they shoot or something like that. This gave me some of those vibes. Like there wasn't much. Like it's just natural lighting. It felt like most of the time, and minimal of that as well, except for a few shots in the open skies where they show Prabhas's hand and stuff like that.
Okay.
But a lot of like the actual military scenes were all just like as you said, very dark, and like the color palette was like grays.
Yeah,
a bit different.
Yeah, you're actually right. I'm looking at it too. It says that it's a technology that means the majority of the film will have a dark tone.
Yeah, okay.
The visuals have a dark theme for the most part, and consequently, the majority of the sequences will have blackish shade. That's sort of the palette change from, and even the warm thing was super dark. And then we go to the almost black and white DSAT for the Prabhas stuff. They said it's also Christopher Nolan's favorite technology. Which
really?
Yeah.
So okay.
So it's more like a palette than it is like it says technology, but it sounds like it's more about shooting. And remember when they used to in the old days shoot in the daytime, and they would just like make it look dark. It sounds like Prabhas is like the secret weapon he's going to bring in to protect his kingdom and bring him back to power. That makes sense. So he's going to be a one-man army, literally.
Yeah, I mean,
machetes. Always good.
Similar terms to Bahubali. Wasn't he like the same kind of character that like he was like a savior or like the chosen one or something like that in that movie
that's true.
to save his kingdom? Okay, so they're sort of leaning into that again. I mean, why not? It worked for him so well.
Oh, that again. That old trope. we have a few posters that are basically just kind of teaser posters. So we have this poster. Yeah. See how dark technology right there.
Yeah, dark technology. Even in the poster.
So this is like a teaser. They're barely showing the actor's face. It's like we're gonna keep this super in the dark. It must be Prabhas. Then we have this one.
Bit more lighting.
Another teaser. It's the warm tones. Interesting. These are the warm tone posters. So they're kind of tying into the movie with the warm tones and because then we go to
a lot of blood in the first two.
Yeah, a lot of red also.
Yeah, true.
God, it's like crazy. And then we have this. Here we go. We finally have a poster featuring Prithviraj.
Yeah.
But this is the same thing. Like the cool tones are coming into it on this. Yes. So it's like I'm sure that when we see the film, this stuff will make a lot more thematic sense because this is gonna be some kind of conflict between the two. And they're gonna do it with the palette. So I like that idea, using color to do that.
Yeah, it also just distinguishes it. Like I've not seen movies like that, like from the Indian film industry like that. To be honest, I can't think of two movies that look like this. So it looks different, just like like on its own, and that's so important right now because things look like things are starting to look a lot the same with the amount of action that's going on and the messy kind of stuff that's happening. So doing anything you can to separate yourself is just perfect.
Yeah, it really is. And, I think this is highly anticipated because the same people that brought you KGF 1 and 2. And those are classic, iconic films. And, it's going to be hard to top them, I think, because KGF 2 was a monster.
Yeah.
And that was sort of campy, too, in a way, because he had those cool suits. So he was always out in the middle of all this desert and chaos happening, but he always looked really well dressed. loved that. His outfits are great.
That was great.
I digress. So I'm sure the boss looks really cool in that t-shirt the whole time. Let me see that. So let us know in the comments what you think about this film. I think it's, are you excited to see it? Do you understand the concepts? Like what's what? You have any gossip? I'd like to know.
Is there any Easter eggs that we missed? Like,
yes, there has to be, right? There has to be.
Pull in something which we didn't recognize,
Yeah, you might notice stuff because we're seeing this fresh, new, we know some very, very minimal. I like to keep it really minimal so we can just react to what they're showing us. But there may be some behind the scenes little Easter eggs. Maybe there's a KGF little mention in there somewhere. We don't know. But let us know. I know that would be nuts, especially if this was the same universe. It'll be interesting if it's like prequel or sequel or where is it in the timeline of the KGF universe?
Very true.
Very
true. Very excited.
I know, always good. So let us know what you think, and we will talk to you when the next trailer comes out, which I'm sure there will be another one.
Definitely.
Bye.
See ya.